for crit more likely than not. We did see No-Tail pick it up earlier on today though. Crit has been playing a lot of 4-role Lina. I really expect her to be played by Crit. Anti-Mage Miracle, signature hero pretty much. We've seen him demolish teams 1v5 almost with that little guy.
Testing.
It'd be a good idea for me to unmute game sounds. Scant, I can probably hear you now.
Hello.
Yes, excellent. That's me being an idiot, not Reborn.
Okay, I was wondering, do I need to reset all the settings again?
No, we're good.
Yes.
We're good.
It's a Miracle Anti-Mage again, and anyone who's been following Monkey Business will be used to it by now. There isn't that much stat tracking because that Dota took a while to catch up with Reborn, like everyone else. But I'm pretty sure the stats on Miracle's Anti-Mage are something ludicrous because I've seen him just completely slaughter teams with this hero. There was even one game where he essentially just soloed the whole game. He's insane. He's completely nuts on the hero, and it's interesting to me that Monkey Freedom Fighters are sticking to their guns and going for a pretty similar draft to the last game. They've got the Jara and the Tusk again. Wyvern's new, but it's a similar looking setup at least.
He nearly broke a record the other day. I can't remember what it was MLG qualifiers. MLG qualifiers, the finals of that, up against the IS Rejects. He played Anti-Mage and he was, I think, 2 creeps away or 3 creeps away from breaking the record of most creeps at 20 minutes. Like 250, something like that, which was held by Illidan. So he does have now on record the highest last hits by Anti-Mage across all patches, but he was close. He is he's a relatively fresh player on the competitive scene. Obviously, Pubstar, 8,000 MMR points and all of that nonsense. But if you start off by, nipping at the heels of Illidan, who is one of the most profound Anti-Mage, Medusa, or whatever farming hero players there is out there, then you've got a good old future ahead of you, honestly.
And Fly's got his Dazzle again. You were talking about the importance of that Dazzle with the heal and the clutch graves, and he'll be on it again this game. And I'm just wondering if we'll see Crit playing the Lina, or if we'll see No-Tail picking that one up.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more Crit 4-role Lina than we have No-Tail Lina. We saw No-Tail Lina once today over in WCA, I think it was. But against the Dragon Knight mid, I'm not sure where you want to go with this. Like, Spirit Breaker can head off the offlane. Moon Meander has had a great old time with that hero. And you don't really have the makings of an aggro tri-lane here. Like, they've run Dazzle Lina Phantom Lancer before and just gone aggro with it, run straight up into people. But against the Gyro Winter Wyvern, it's obviously a little more risky. They did it against the Wraith King previously. This is more likely going to be stock standard. Anti-Mage Lina bot lane, Dazzle look towards the mid to try and support No-Tail a little bit more and stack camps for him. But without Storm, without Ember Spirit, which has been banned out intelligently there by Freedom Fighters, Ember has been one of No-Tail's, really big heroes, apart from Tiny.
Yeah, apparently he's been spamming it in pubs for the last few weeks. He's been doing pretty well on the hero. He and Miracle actually both play it. And I think it's the right ban there, because I think the Spirit Breaker pick almost anticipates it in the sense that Spirit Breaker's not actually... I mean, Moon Meander likes playing the hero. It's not actually that well suited to this draft. Winter Wyvern and Tusk are both very good at reacting to Spirit Breaker aggression. And to me, it was just a sign Monkey Business pick up the Spirit Breaker because they're going for that last greedy core to have the double greedy dual core of Anti-Mage +1. And usually Lina doesn't fit that, so I would have expected they'd want something like the Ember. I wonder, just now that we've seen the final pick for Monkey Freedom Fighters, which is actually that Enigma, if this now changes the thinking of Monkey Business. I think at the moment, the way things look for them, Anti-Mage just gonna have a good time if he gets farming. There's big ultis that can catch him out, but there isn't really that mobility.
Oh.
And speaking of big ultis, they'll pick up the silencer to deal with those big ultis, and it's gonna actually be a No-Tail silencer. So definitely I'm interested to see the way that he builds this hero, because we've seen a rise in core silencers going for the Rush Atos and then going into the AC or the Shadow Blade.
The Slasher's
historically, they were also... Yeah, historically they were also the Refresher Rushes, or the Midas Refresher, or Midas Ags Refresher. I'm not too sure which way he goes here, because honestly I think all his team needs is his ulti. It's remarkable. maybe this is just me being biased because I've seen so much Miracle Anti-Mage recently, but I feel like Anti-Mage, if he gets good farm with Silence ulti, could be enough for them in this game.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, well, Yapzor on the Enigma, interestingly enough. I really thought that would be a mad hero. Get in your jungle, get those Eidolons flowing, and get yourself into the fast mech, and then you can push in. Because this lineup from the Radiant, sure enough, they've got early fighting power. Level 6 on Dragon Knight, level 6 on the Gyro, they've got Dragon Form and Call Down. They can push into towers pretty quickly. And with this Enigma mech, you can really ramp up the pressure very, very fast, which is maybe what they're looking to do here against the Anti-Mage. Pressure early, take down towers. But against Miracle, you know what? I don't like to pick on a player and big him up so much, but I have seen him die multiple times and still find farm. He was 10xing his lane the other day by 20 minutes. 10 creeps per minute by 20 minutes on an Anti-Mage when he died twice. Like, that's the level we're talking about here.
Yeah, he gives you nothing. Anything you get against Miracle, you've earned. He will not help you out at all. Just going back to this Enigma allocation, I think I agree with you that effing mad. I expect to be an Enigma player, but it seems like the way they're setting up lately is that effing mad is always the lane support. And Yapzor's the jungler or roamer or walk around hero. He was on the Night Stalker last game as well, right? So yeah. I think that they've just kind of tried to establish a set dynamic, which is often useful for a team as they're learning to work a system. And it's gonna be a little clash. 4 heroes either side.
A little clash, a big one. There, Weave goes out, or Shadow Wave even goes out from Fly. The charge from Moon, there's no stuns to stop it, and Arise, the Dragon Knight, finished off there as Moon Meander once more. He's looking for Yapzor, and with the stun out, they've got this damage output. Really, really on lockdown as they take 2. Who even got the bounty rune there? Anti-Mage and Silencer. So not only do Monkey Freedom Fighters lose out on 2 bounties, they lose 2 kills. Soshka, damage out onto Moon Meander, but look at him! He doesn't care. He's got a salve, he's got tangos, he's got a stout shield. Soshka's still going for this. Moon Meander's one hit salve, he's fine. He's okay. He charges onto Soshka here actually and turns to battle him. Oh, the mango regens back up some mana, but Moon Meander staying around here is still a little bit risky though, mate.
They lost 2 heroes, 2 bounty runes, and then 2 of Enigma's camps got watered, although one of the sentry ward over here doesn't seem to do anything. I'm not sure if this is just a mistake. This one right here. The big camp was also sentryed, and Yapzor is now dealt with that. But I don't know, is this just a mistake, this other sentry ward, or what's it meant to do?
I honestly don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. Couldn't
I
tell
think
you.
the most plausible explanation is that they thought that would block, but nope, it doesn't block.
Oh well, they tried. But yeah, we talked about their expenditure. Bottom lane, Fly, in the middle of a creep wave, he heals out, and Soshka actually being charged down here. Moon Meander coming straight through. Soshka's caught, and down he goes. But to continue my point, that is really indicative of what I was about to say. The fact that Gyro burnt through all of his mana, used a mango, still didn't get a kill on Spirit Breaker. His laning potential went from 100 to 0 very quickly.
I have to say, I think it's a big mistake by effing Mad that he hasn't taken Cold Embrace in his first 2 skills. It makes sense to start with the Arctic Burn at that level 1 fight. Splinter Blast is an offensive skill, and I was saying earlier, picking Spirit Breaker into Wyvern's not that great an idea because Cold Embrace is actually really good against Spirit Breaker. His damage is all physical. You charge at someone at the tower, and they get Cold Embraced, and you are turning around and running away. Simple as that. And they're going again on Jara, and there's still no Cold Embrace up.
Bash 1. Where's the secondary with the heal? Moon Meander, a few hits, and that's it. Gyro dies for the 3rd time in a row, and Moon Meander turns to fight with a grave up. He should be looking to run now. He's got a salve available. He salves and turns. Fucking Mad, are you dead? No, with the heal, not quite enough. Fly still wants to hit him with his DD, and with the movement speed advantage he's got, he should be able to secure that one, no problem. Holy crap, I think bottom lane, man. Middle lane, no tail, in trouble. Right-click attacks, not enough. Dragon Knight and Tusk could not finish that kill off. And in the meantime, You know what's happening, right? Miracle, he's farming.
It's such a big problem that we can cast this game for the first few minutes, not even once look at Miracle's lane, discuss the fact that he's getting free farm, and it's still a very monkey business favored early game.
Yeah.
Without talking about Miracle, that's... Monkey Freedom Fighters have got their work cut out for them, seriously.
And the Enigma, 3 minutes 40 seconds on the Soul Ring. I don't know how much of the observables and things like that he bought, and I'm guessing because Mad has... I guess Mad got boots because of the Spirit Breaker kill and the spread gold he got. But Yapzor, the Enigma jungle, usually heads for like a 2-minute Soul Ring at the latest. No tail.
Oh, no tail.
He's caught. He should be dead here. A few more hits out, and that will secure the kill. Meanwhile, Moonmeander charges across. He's found the Winter Wyvern. And he's got his Orb of Venom up now running as well. With the slow from that, the boots of speed he has, still not going to be enough to keep the track down onto the Winter Wyvern, so Mad will escape.
And now I think Mad is level 3, he's got that Cold Embrace, and Spirit Breaker just shouldn't be making kills ever with dives if there's a Winter Wyvern available with Cold Embrace. I'm so confident in that I'd say if Winter Wyvern picks up a TP scroll, there's basically no lane where Spirit Breaker can make a kill, unless he's got that magic damage with him. They're gonna try kill Moonmeander actually. He can't try charge away, he doesn't bother to.
He's okay. Soshka did miss out on a little bit of Rocket Barrage damage, but like you said, the charge was available and there's no stun there from this safe lane on the Radiant. Now, Sing Sing, he's made a lot happen once again towards the middle lane. He's got himself bottle boots. He's actually looking pretty good right now, actually, as Notel with bottle wand doesn't really have the same amount of farm, Heading over to the net worth. Silence in 1900. Wait, does he have something on the courier? Null, bottle, magic wand. Huh. It feels like Sing Sing should be a little bit further up there. I guess it's the Null Talisman. Is that extra 400 gold?
Yeah, and I think when you see a player that doesn't have boots, they always look poorer than they actually are.
Yeah.
He's not actually that poor, he just decided not to buy boots early on. And why should he? Because Fly's now come to camp his lane. They've realized they shut down the Gyro early on, to the point that even if Gyro free farms the rest of the game, if Anti-Mage free farms, he's way further ahead of him really quickly. Breaker doesn't need more help, he's got enough value early on, so Dazzle can just be dedicated to keeping No-Tail up.
Oh, Mad. You've walked into the wrong neighborhood here. Charge forward. And when we had a stuck. Moon is stuck up on the high ground. Fly, he's trying to look for this. Mad is dropping low. The Poison Touch takes him to 30 HP, but he heals himself up to the Cold Embrace. And that should be fine for him.
Dire's bottom tower.
Who's now Dragon Knight being charged out, and
they're waiting. Light Strike Array will land with the last word. They've got the slow stuns. And enough damage to kill the Dragon Knight. Yeah, 1 level in that Dragon's Blood, not enough to keep him tanking through. And he was struggling to get level 6. He desperately wants it, but not getting there. While Paris at bot lane, Soshka pushing the tower with the Gyrocopter. He's got his level 6, so cooldown is available. And if Moonmeander wants to jump into this is really risky. He's stunned up, the cooldown will miss though.
Yeah, they needed a black hole there to actually kill him. I think, yeah, Yapzor must have been able to black hole if he was able to stun and ended up with this much mana. I think if he commits the black hole and Dazzle doesn't get there on time to make the kill, I don't think there's another way to make that kill with only the 2 levels in Malefus. Moonmeander is just having such... Well, No-Tail will go down, but I wanted to say... Moonmeander's having the time of his life. He must be just having so much fun. Every time you look at him, he's charging back and forth between the lanes, and with not much regard for his life. And 1, 1, and 5, well, they're gonna go on him again in the spot lane, but there's no cooldown. Black hole, he'll be perfectly fine and just salve up.
Every couple of minutes, I've got to pinch myself and say, there's an anti-mage in this game. There is a Miracle AM farming up at top. And his Battlefield, he's got 60 last hits, 8 minutes in, he's, cruising away here. While action is happening everywhere else, but not on his lane. Now, Dragon Knight and Winter Wyvern are up at the top rune spot. With the Dragon Form expiring now, this might be the time to look for another Moon charge across, but he's got no mana. 13 stick charges is what he has up his sleeve. And Yapzor, Looks like it's time to hard push this lane with the Eidolons. The Fly's here to help out as well.
You know, it's an interesting thing, and I would actually usually caution against teams letting Anti-Mage get in their heads so much. I don't think you necessarily have to shut down Anti-Mage's farm early on. I think it's perfectly fine to shut him down once he hits Battle Fury and he's trying to farm his Mancer. It's fine to even try and win by ignoring him if you really believe you have that push timing down, or if you think you can win a fight into him or get ganks into him later on. They might think with all the lockdown they have, Dragon Knight stun, Wyvern ulti, Tusk Snowball ulti, Enigma Black Hole, they might think that they could deal with him as it goes later. What counts against them is firstly that we just know it's Miracle Anti-Mage, not just some other Anti-Mage that we found in a pub. And secondly, there's a Silence ulti, so if the plan is to use all these big ultis to control the Anti-Mage, they're gonna have to have a plan for no-tail too.
Tusk? Moon Meander is stuck again.
Meander. What?
Well, the thing is, like, he's not stuck and dead, he's just stuck and... Okay, it's fine. Bottom lane, maybe not so fine, it's Fly. Caught in the cooldown. Let's secure the tower, and they still have this black hole. The threat. With that big ulti coming out is always there. Sing Sing. Bashed up. The magic damage out from this Spirit Breaker. Another strike pounding into that Tusk.
Meander's having so much fun. I can honestly imagine in their TeamSpeak, he's just laughing all game, because as a Spirit Breaker, when you're safely an Anti-Mage is free farming, and you're getting away with essentially just looking around the map, seeing someone charging every few seconds, it's great. No-Tail's the one person who's had some pressure on him early on, and Dragon Knight did actually, I think, smoke around there, but
yeah,
not gonna find any kind of pick-off.
The scariest thing for me is, yes, No-Tail has had pressure applied to him, but he's 700 net worth ahead of the Dragon Knight, who's 0, 2, and 2. And Dragon Knight, along with Silencer, they're not the best at flash farming. You know, you can breathe fire, you can get your level 2 Dragon form to clear out Ancients, but you don't have a good way to go and farm through the jungle. So any kind of advantage or gap closer that they want to try and get here in terms of net worth anyway, is going to come from kills, right? Dragon Knight has to go and get kills. He's got to push towers, but to push towers, he's got to find pickoffs. And Monkey Business right now, they're not giving any. They're the ones on the hunt looking for Soshka. When your Gyrocopter at 10 minutes in is hiding behind your tier 2, that's when you know you're in trouble. They're actually smoking here to look towards tier 1 mid, but that's already gone. Eidolons with a catapult, denied. Yep, Moon Meander finds it. But in from the side, Soshka and Mad, they've got the Winter's Curse and the cooldown. Actually looking over towards the Ancient, seeing if anybody's there. But they'll find no tail. Cooldown on 2. Curse only on 1.
Don't worry, Miracle's already got Battle Fury, so Anti-Mage Dota already happening.
Who has Battle Fury? Sorry, I didn't know he was in the game. 11-minute Battle Fury. Okay, it's naked. It's a naked Battle Fury, but holy crap, okay.
The point is really, and this is the way Anti-Mage is played right now, and expertly so by Miracle, every time that Monkey Freedom Fighters gain anything that isn't killing Miracle, he's getting that trade-off. He's farming up a storm, he's pushing a lane or farming a stack or getting to his next item. And so the pressure is just, from this point onwards, the pressure is immense on Monkey Freedom Fighters, because you need to realize that, you know, every 2 minutes you get that much closer to not being able to deal with the Anti-Mage.
And with No-Tail, like, right there, the ping's coming out of No-Tail saying, hey look, this guy's really far forward, it's probably a bait. Or it's probably a kill we can go for. Either one of those situations is, you know, possibly going through the heads right now of Monkey Freedom Fighters. More likely the bait one, you know, which is why I said it first, because the top tower is being traded off here. Likelihood is that there's people behind him. There's no way Silencer stands that far up on tier 1 all on his own. So the bait is obvious, but again, Miracle farming jungle, 1200 gold up for him now, and Soxka trying to get a little bit of value out of this middle lane, but it's down to this Enigma Dragon Knight. The push has begun. They've got the mech on Enigma, and they've got that Dragon form ready over on Arise. So I think that, you know, their draft starts to come to fruition now. This is where they say, okay, screw you, Anti-Mage, you went for the naked Battle Fury, you can't really fight us. We're going to brute force your towers, we're going to go and take Roshan and gain objectives one by one. While, you know, you farm away, sure enough.
And I'm still interested to see what No-Tail's going to build into, because so far he's kind of playing it close to the chest. We don't actually know what his first real item will be. He's got a bunch of small stat items in a bottle, and I really don't know. I really don't know what he goes for here. Maybe he doesn't either. Maybe he's still keeping his options open.
I think Shadowblade. Well, I think that's the way to go this game. Send yourself.
It definitely makes him that much more of a nuisance.
Oh, the global. The snowball is already on the hunt, though, looking for it as the Dragon Knight gets the stun onto crit. They finish him off. There's no Grave Fly. Cursed now as No Tail wails into him. They've got the Grave available, but Fly down. Can you get it off? It does indeed onto himself as the call down lands onto Fly's head. And they've got themselves 2 and maybe even 3 as Moon Meander. He wants to fight this, but Yapsor's looking for the hole. He wants the black hole. No Tail's already gone, though. The Rocket Barrage. One more time to secure that kill. That is a big fight there.
Sing Sing bought back. I'm not too sure why his TP scroll was cooling down. He bought back and charged in, and I guess he can be there now for them to push the tier 2. It's close to as good a fight as they can get, though, without the added cost of what I would say is probably at this point an unnecessary buyback. Miracle did manage to pop into the fights, get himself that 1 kill on Sing Sing, jump back out and go back to farming. So he's well on his way to that Vlad's now. And a few minutes after that it's Manta style, and that's where the game really just stops being fun for the enemy team. But for now, Monkey Freedom Fighters is going in on crits and he's dead.
Yeah, insta-kill pretty much there. No Tail. He's gonna fall straight after. The Grave will keep him alive for now. Oh, Yapsor has the black hole, but the Mana Void! Miracle gets a ton of damage down onto this Radiant squad. Mad has to heal himself up. And Miracle stands his ground up on this ramp, looking for anybody who wants to try and invade his territory. But Yapsor, he was so ready. He was so ready for that black hole, but he was not prepared for the Mana Void from AM, who has just blinked. 5 seconds until it's off cooldown, and this might be Miracle's first death. Blink away. Just not available. That was tight.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake from Miracle. I think he needs to wait a little bit longer. He's truly playing it safe. There's no pressure on Monkey Freedom Fighters at that point. It's not like they needed to leave very soon to defend other lanes that are pushing into their base. So I think he needs to consider the possibility that they stay around. And yeah, a bit of an uncharacteristic mistake from him there.
Oh, Lina.
It's a drum for No Tail.
Okay. Just tank up. Build up your stats. Try and get as much stolen intelligence as you can. I mean, Crit nearly has his Yule Scepter, right? He's 700 or so gold away from that. So you'll have this Lina heading into the 4th core position. Oh god, Gyro. Oh god. Onto the tier 2 tower? I mean, Moonmeander is dead, but I'm pretty sure that's worth it. You just killed off the 1-roll carry there. Maybe they get the No Tail silencer. He's TPing away, and there's no vision. Back to Fountain he goes.
Yeah, so in the last 5 minutes or so, I would say Monkey Freedom Fighters have mostly done better than I'd have expected, exceeded expectations a bit. They're getting value, they managed to kill Miracle once. Sure, it's bad, their Tusk got to buyback, their Gyro got picked off, but they're keeping the pressure up. The question is, could they keep the pressure at this intensity for the next 10 minutes or so? Then I see them with actually a real shot in getting some Raxes or getting Russian Raxes. I think it's very, very difficult though. I think the pressure already turning on them. Their mid-tier 1 is under threat, and Gyro's forced to use the cooldown. And Anti-Mage has now discovered himself an enemy ancient stack, which he's going to run away from the snowball, but he'll note to himself, hey, there's an enemy ancient stack here. And I think that I wouldn't be too surprised once he has Vlads to see him sneak back there and steal the stack when the enemy team's committed.
Oh, Moonmeander caught with a curse at the very last seconds. Oh, stick charges, keep him alive with the Grave as well. He'll run himself away and be perfectly fine. Now, the pressure intensity I think that they can keep up. The mech, the level 2 dragon form now is up. And this is kind of where I saw their draft actually start to gain some momentum. They get a foothold with that team fight, and now they look for pressure onto tier 2s and then Roshan. Now,
they could
Yapsor's
also
item build.
steal the stack.
Oh, they could.
They've also discovered the enemy stack, and I think they could steal it.
Yeah, Gyro with the Dragon Knight there as well. But Yapsor's item build, I saw him pick up a Staff of Wizardry and the Ogre belt. I thought that the belt would be for treads and maybe he's going like a Force Staff or something like that. But he's gone for Necrobook. So I think their plan is fully to go for this pressure play. Oh, the Global's there just in time. Moon Meander drops, but No-Tail finds the trade-off. And Crit with his Yule Scepter, freshly purchased. Laguna Blade down, Sing Sing. That's it, done and dusted. 2-for-1 trade-off.
Middle tower has fallen.
And Miracle stole the enemy stack during that fight. He's not chasing after Enigma. He's not going to really pursue him. He'll come back and get a rush with his team. Then he'll farm his own stack. And already with that, with the rush and the stack, I almost feel like we go past the point of no return. We're talking about keeping up the intensity of the pressure, and Monkey Freedom Fighters have just done the exact opposite. I think that's the critical point in the game where if they look back and watch the replay, they'll feel like that exchange that just happened, losing both Ancient Stacks, the rush, and a small skirmish, puts them in a position where they're fighting from behind for the rest of the game for sure.
Roshan expires, or Aegis expires at 24. Fastest spawn is at 27. I've got to keep doing this so it is ingrained in my memory because, oh my goodness, Roshan time is still broken. Rod of Atos is being built up by the Silencer now after the drums, so he is going back for that actually. Padded out stats a little bit with the smaller incremental items. Now it goes for a medium-sized one. I wouldn't call Atos really a big, high-tier item. Oh, Mad. Charge is cancelled by Moon. Behind Mad is Yapzor.
Yeah, but going back to your discussion of Yapzor's Necro, I think it makes sense if they keep up the intensity that they were playing at as he bought it, but it's now been stunted, and now the Necro levels, the Necro 2 and 3 are going to be delayed, and it's difficult. If they don't win a fight soon, I feel like by the time he gets the Necro 3, it's not even going to be that relevant. So they're going for that fight. They're trying to force a big clash in this mid lane right now because they realize that they're on a timer.
That's the thing, he hasn't gone for the big impact item like BKB or Blink. He's gone for the sort of, right, well, we have to kind of go and push and win now. Crit. Yule's BKB turn to fight now. Arise, the Dragon Knight. He's got his ulti up, but what does he do with it as the global lands? And this damage output from Moon Meander comes through. Charge, now another strike. Mad actually locked in place with Miracle. 1, 2. Doesn't get the hits in fast enough. Mad heals himself with a cold embrace. No-Tail nearly kills himself with Necro unit on the back. Miracle is hunting further forward. Radiant Courier dies there. Nothing on it, but still nice little gold bonus out.
And Soxka is really in trouble. Look at Paris' net worth. He's basically on par with Spirit Break, and I think that's really the trouble in forcing the high ground there and forcing the issue. Your Gyrocopter is not confident to step forward at all. So it's left all up to that Dragon Knight, and Dragon Knight, sure, he's tanky, but he can't do the work on his own. If Gyrocopter had an extra item, an extra 3,000 net worth or so, maybe it's a different story, but when you're playing catch up against an anti-mage, it's just, I don't think the deficit's going to change at all. In fact, it's probably going to stretch even further.
He has almost double your highest net worth, honestly. And now, the fact that you would have liked to go and clear out Ancient Stacks to close that gap, to bridge the distance, Moon Meander... Interesting.
He is just having fun. He's just fooling around.
I'm going in, boys!
I'm
going in!
Yeah, he bought a Shadow Blade and he just wanted to share it with the enemy team. Hey guys, I got Shadow Blade, how you like that? Rubbing it in the face of the Gyrocopters. Struggling to finish a SNY at this point. Well, Radiant, it looks like they want to try and go, not fully all in, but they're definitely going for a desperation smoke here. Going into the jungle, pushing out the lane at the same time. And look at how obvious it is. The Dire know exactly what's going on. Why would Soxka be so far up this lane? It's kind of the same situation as that Silencer down at bot, except this time, it was the Radiant trying to go and look for something. Oh, Sing Sing. It should be okay here. Miracle Anthony might be caught from the backhand, actually. Oh no! Arise thought that the real one was there. He stunned it up with the Dragon Tail, and Miracle just blinks across to the other lane and says, right, I'll keep on farming then. Honestly, at this point, when you're playing against anti-mage, you've got a few options. Usually you don't have an option to just passively farm against him, so usually it's pressure on you to push objectives, or pressure on you to shut the anti-mage down himself. And because he has this Aegis, and because he's twice as farmed as everyone else, it's really, really difficult to try shut him down directly. But we saw what happened when they tried to push the objective previously as well. So, stuck between a rock and a hard place for Monkey Freedom Fighters, and I'm not too sure. They're actually going to get pounced on at this bot lane.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yapzor down and out with a Shadow Wave heal bomb. Beaver Knight, Sing Sing charged up as well. Miracle jumps forward looking for the hits, and he's still got the Aegis. It doesn't really matter too much if he does die. Still, he's being healed up. He's being sustained with the Grave as well now. Arise with the Dragon Knight turns, but he's not getting enough damage out. Moonmeander still alive with a Shadow Blade up as well. And this Fly Dazzle, Global Silence to keep them on lockdown, and there's nothing left for them to give. GG's called, and that's it. Monkey Business defeat Monkey Freedom Fighters 2-0 here in the defense.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And boy, oh boy, game number 2 looks so simple. So simple.
Yeah, it's maybe we're getting to that point where, you know, the Alliance Nature's Prophet meme about you don't ban Nature's Prophets. I wonder if when someone's gonna make that meme for Anti-Mage and Miracle.
The scary thing is that during the MLG Pro qualifiers, Vega Squadron banned Anti-Mage first phase in 2 out of the 3 games, I believe. Oh no, it was only 2 games, but they still